Hello. Hey guys, we're back again for episode number 6. And y'all already know we have a special new member of our group.
Accolade P, what's going on, y'all? How's everything?
Hey.
All right.
For those of y'all who do not know, my name is Vannessa.
I am Brian.
Lawrence.
Hey. And today's topic is about cheating. Y'all favorite topic. Y'all love cheating. Y'all do it every day. Y'all do it on the weekend, on God's Day, and Sunday.
She said on God's Day and Sunday.
That's just wrong.
But everybody loves to have their own definition.
Don't forget Bible study.
Oh, Bible study too.
I got my alarm set, actually. Don't worry.
We got two cheaters in the house.
No, 7:30.
We got two cheaters in the house.
Oh, I hope you excluded me because I'm retired.
I said two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give y'all the actual definition of cheating because I don't want to hear, oh, well, cheating could be or cheating. No, cheating is being.
Read that thing out so they really understand what it means.
Let's skip the dictionary
we're
definition, y'all.
Being sexually unfaithful. So, if you are out there sticking your dick somewhere that it doesn't need to be, then you know you are cheating. Don't say, oops, it was a mistake because it wasn't a mistake. Okay, girl? Okay,
but scroll up and get in that other little piece right there.
There's more to it.
Because I don't want y'all to say, oh, well, I sent nudes, or what was it that you said?
You know, sent nudes, or I emotionally cheated, or something like that.
No. It's more to it. When you act dishonestly, right? You know what dishonest is? I'm not going to give y'all the definition of everything now. So y'all look it up. Or unfair in order to gain an advantage. So when you cheat, you're gaining an advantage because you have two for the price of one. And that's a no-no.
That's having your cake and eating it too, people.
That's too much.
Cake and ice cream.
You need your main entree, which could be like steak and potatoes, and then you can have that snack.
Well, I mean, you can play, roles. Your main entree can play different roles, I think.
What kind of entree are we talking about here?
Your main entree. The main entree. But then that main entree can be your snack, your late night, midday.
Your diet, all of that.
Diet, everything you need in one. Exactly. However,
So we're just going to get
what I believe in.
Right into it with our first question of the day. Is cheating normalized?
I think in today's society, we're speaking on cheating today, right?
In general.
Or cheating in general. I think it has become a normalized thing. It's accepted. I really believe that cheating is accepted more often than previously. So, yeah, I do think cheating has been normalized.
How about you?
I think cheating is normalized more so now than we have ever seen before, just based off of social media. A lot of cheaters got a voice now. So cheaters align with other cheaters. So therefore, the cheaters sort of have a movement to say, hey, listen, you cheated, I cheated too, girl. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
relatable.
Like, it's like everybody's got it's like a cheating movement.
It's like 20.
People just she said 20. Wow.
20s, but it is. I think that it's normalized. It was normalized before. It's just that we didn't hear it as much because people didn't have a platform to vocalize it. So cheating has been around since the dinosaur ages, since the beginning of the time, since cavemen. Look at since biblical fucking times. Cheating has just been normal. It's nothing new, and it's normalized.
I mean, look at Alicia Keys. That used to be my baby. But then,
That's rough. Don't gun her.
I'm not going to gun Alicia. I still love you if you're watching, But Alicia, she went and married Swizz, who was married at the time, Well, she didn't marry him at the time, but she basically took him from,
But that take something that don't want to be taken.
That's true.
Doesn't that fall on him, though? That should fall on Swizz.
It falls on him. But I'm looking at Alicia, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a little, attached to Alicia. All right, listen. Why is it that why Swizz, when it could have been, like anybody that wasn't attached. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it? The forbidden fruit? Was it that you felt like you just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and like, you know, he attached, and it's a chasing game for me. It's the thrill of the chase. Like, I think cheating is normalized, and it varies on a case by case basis because reasons why people do it.
What I tell you earlier.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Women, I know this might sound fucked up, take it how you want. Women like married men. Women like men in relationships because I guess in your head, you're just like, oh, well, he's treating her good, so he could do the same for me, not knowing that it probably took him a long time to find him that girl, and that's who he decided to treat right. You don't know how he used to treat Becky or Keisha just because he's treating Vannessa right. Like, you're not Vannessa. You don't have what Vannessa has. So don't go out there messing with the married men, having expectations like, oh, I'm about to break this marriage up because I want to get treated like that. Like, what do you think?
So I agree. Not the more and more we talk about it, I start to see it differently, and notice that I've gotten caught up into that whole. You know, it's taken me a while to really face the music on that. And I play about cheating all the time. But honestly, I feel like that has become such a it thing to do. Even though people say, like, you know, we're only human. And again, I don't really like referring to that term because we are well aware of the decisions that we're making because it's a choice. And with the Alicia Keys and Swiss thing, both of them are to blame, but you basically took the words right out of my mouth about the fact that, you know, women like married men. I don't think it's necessarily the married men that they like, but it's the fact of how he treats this woman. So if I'm around him, we working together, and I see how you treat your wife, and it's like, ooh, this is what I long for. This is what I want. So
and another man, though. It don't gotta be the man that's taken already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it is a lot of the thrill of the chase. It's the, you know, I don't. He's taken, but why her? Why not me? Like, why can't I have what she got? Kind of thing. And it really becomes troublesome because you got a lot of people that really just know that. I think probably we're all human, like you said, but like I think people need to hold other people that are close to them even like accountable. Like, okay, if you got a friend, maybe been your girlfriend for like 10 years, but like, you know, she messing with somebody that's in a relationship, you gonna say something to her about that, or you gonna like?
I'm glad you brought that up.
You gonna kind of be like,
accountability is not really a major thing.
That I think you brought up a good point. Yeah, you're not going to check your girlfriend because that's your girlfriend. You don't think that, like, when I say girlfriend, I mean your friend. Right. You're not going to check her because you're like, yeah, girl, get yours. Maybe she not doing something right, but in that same breath, you wouldn't keep that same energy if it was done to you. You'll feel some kind of way about that. So I feel like whatever energy you're putting out, don't be scared to receive it in return. Because if you're putting out that negative is going to come right back to you.
Gospel.
So with that being said, who accepts cheating more? Is it men or is it women? Who is more liable to forgive and move on?
Well, I mean... listen, I can only speak for myself, people. But no, I would say like that kind of falls evenly in my experiences. But I would probably say, hold on. Don't take nothing out of context, y'all. don't take it out of context. But no, I mean, I think that like it depends, really. Like, oh my God. In any case,
so it's equal.
Yeah, I would say it depends because, like, all right, if I think more so the guy, like, he doesn't like if he knows he's got a loyal girl at home, and let's just say he's a trash bag. Like, let's say he likes to. You know, he likes to just on Friday and Saturday night cheat with his mistress and his girlfriend. He's got both of them, right? And then the rest of the week he's with his girl, but Friday, Saturday is the mistress and then girlfriend line.
Oh shit, right? He got 3 to keep up with.
I mean, the man probably has money. Let's put that as a sidebar. He probably has money. No, this is just.
So then you added money to the factor. So that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother.
That reaches up here.
Yeah, that reaches
Women
up.
will stay with you if you cheat and you have money.
This is true. But also, let's just say he's an assistant manager at an apartment complex, and maybe he's got like 10 racks saved up or something.
Okay,
you know, like
10 racks.
he's on his way. He's not there yet. But
Middle class.
He's on his way.
Mm-hmm.
Still poor.
Not that 10 racks.
I think he's more likely to get left than anybody that's like, you know, got ball player money or something like that. Like,
of course.
I mean, okay, so you agree.
Of course, he'll get left before the guy that has millions. The guy that has millions can make you feel good with something that he gets you, or he might buy like your love back because that's how he got you in the first place. He sort of bought you.
Where I was going with that is, though, when you say who cheats, who more, like who's
more
tolerates it more, I would say, like, let's just say this trash bag does that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if this girl does it once, a man is probably gonna be like, "Yo, listen, like, I don't even know if I could like look at you the same ever again. Like, despite all the trash shit I've done, like, this is where the double standard comes into play. And I know that a lot of listeners and a lot of people aren't a fan of this, but this is the world we live in. Like, it's like, okay, I may have done some trash, you know, I may have done some trash things, but that don't mean you got to do the trash things that I've done, because
that's so corny.
It's corny, but this is kind of like societal not standards, but like a way of life for a lot of people.
Oh, look at you! Societal. Oh Lord.
You gotta put a rainbow.
Feel me. You feel me? Like,
oh man. No, you can go ahead.
Oh, who do I think cheats more?
No. Who accepts it
more?
Oh,
who accepts cheating more?
My answer is women.
Women are very accepting of a man cheating. Because if you cheat on a man, it's like the end of the world has come tumbling down, bricks on top of bricks, and you are the biggest whore.
That's right.
But as I stated before, I'm a feminist, so I'm just stating what society has deemed to be a thing, you know. So,
but you ain't lying though.
But I honestly, that I just think that women are more accepting of men cheating on them when they don't have to be.
They don't.
No,
and
absolutely.
I know, I hate to say this, but women are more accepting of cheating, and I could get it. I get why, because you don't want to start over. You're like, oh, he cheated on me, so what makes me think the next person won't cheat on me? Or you feel like, oh, well, what if I leave and he treats someone better? Like, you always have an excuse as to why you won't leave, rather than just, having that willpower and getting up and leaving. I feel like if more women had the willpower to leave every single man that cheated on her, you would condition men to be gentlemen.
Say that.
I agree.
Because let's say he cheated on me. He went to Keisha here, cheated on Keisha. Me and Keisha were like, oh no, you're not about to cheat on us.
I ain't the one.
Okay? So then he goes on to Sally, and Sally's like, no, bitch, hold up. You're not about to cheat on me either. So then he's like, damn, so my cheating ways aren't working with these girls anymore. So let me find someone I want to settle down with and actually be an upstanding man. So ladies, condition these dogs the way that we train these puppies, so when they get to adult
train
age,
up a child in the way that he should go.
A good woman makes a good man want to be a better man.
That's
so
right.
You gotta find that man that wants to change for you. If it ain't you,
don't try
just
to
ain't
change
you.
him.
Don't you try to change him.
Say that again, Brian.
If it ain't you.
Don't try to change anybody. Men don't try to change women. Women don't try to change men.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the thing about change? Change is a skill. Change is a skill that's hard to actually do. You cannot change if you are not conditioned to do so. You can't change if you're not ready. You have to want to change. You can't change because someone is trying to force you to change.
Yes.
Change is hard, and people do not like change. So that's why people continue these repetitive mistakes, because after the second time, it's not a mistake. Shit, after the first, it's not a mistake. But,
after the second. Mistakes happen. Sometimes it's not always a choice.
Not if it's the same mistake.
Yeah.
If it's the same mistake twice, then it's not a mistake.
That ain't a mistake.
But the first time, it's kind of like, you know what? Listen, like you should have had a conscious, clear mind about this and known how detrimental it was to, in this case, your relationship.
So, once it.
I got a question though.
Okay.
About something that you stated. When we first started out about the normalization of cheating, and about like basically we're talking about how it is now. But you say it's always been like that. It had like this underlining tone back in the day. But what do you think made this transition go from it being something that people really don't speak of to now it's just like that's the thing to do? Like, girl, I'm cheating on my nigga.
True.
Or homeboys sitting around talking like, yeah, I cheated on my girl last night. Or like everybody talks about it now versus back in the day it was like something. So what do you think happened between that transition from then till now?
I think that there's not to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that it's a lot of, now we live in a day of comparisons. Like everybody compares their life to somebody else's in a way. So it's like you could be happy with with the person you're with, but still like feel like you want more because you constantly, people wake up in the morning, first thing they do is grab their phones, scroll Instagram and things like that. You could see somebody else living a better life or living a life, not better per se, but a life that you may desire. And you could see somebody that kind of like embodies that a little bit and you may be attracted to that person. And what you got going on, because it's so easily accessible to see somebody else's life and you're constantly thinking about it. I think people don't have that level of consciousness as they did anymore. This is really going to fuck up what I got going on if I do this. Like the consciousness has kind of dropped a little bit.
That is true. That is true. To go off of that, to go off of that, the thing is social media plays a big part, as he said, because you have multiple guys and women at your disposal. So let's say you wake up one day mad at your significant other for whatever reason. You can just go hit up someone else who's going to satisfy that void that you felt that day. Back in the day, I think people had a little bit more shame. And when they did things, like, I'm not saying the men, I mean, like, the women didn't, vocalize that their husbands were cheaters because that's shameful. Like, you don't want the next group of women that you're chilling with, like, oh my God, she gets cheated on often, or, she doesn't have a backbone, or, it was just taboo to talk about back in the day. Now, these side bitches are coming strong. They want to be known. They want to be heard. They want you to, they want to ruin what you got going on because she's like, hey, well, listen, we share the same bank account. He dropping the same amount of money he dropping into your bank account as he is to mine. So now we are 20 once again. We are sisters, okay?
Side chicks unite.
Okay? And it's like,
Side chick university.
Again, women, y'all need to, instead of like breaking each other down, y'all need to build each other up and move on and leave these men who are treating you like shit.
That kind of is like a team building, like
that's working
together.
Of course. There's a whole cult.
They just got to stop being mad.
There's a whole cult of, I gotta say, women that would like rather be a rich dude's side chick instead of a regular guy's queen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel differently.
You think so?
I feel differently because I think all women long because women are emotional. They've become numb to actually. Women are like becoming like men or have become like men. As far as like their emotions, like where they've learned to control because they're like, I'm not gonna completely invest in this guy when I gotta see what's gonna happen. And 9 times out of 10, once we have sex, then everything's gonna change. And that's not just even with just men and women. Like that's just relationship with women and women, men and men. It's just like once you have sex with somebody, it's kind of like, oh, well, we did.
But I don't agree with that 100%. Like that women have tried. Women have tried to think like men. You can't think like a man.
No. I'm not saying that. But it's like women. They have more of a wall built up to where it was like given the chance is like it's a little bit easier. However, at the same time, it's like I gotta play this mental game.
Mm-hmm.
We play a lot of games.
People build up these walls because they already been knocked down. Exactly. So it's not so because they want to think like a man, it's because they're hurt.
It's defense
mechanisms. And it's, exactly. So it's like, you're not exactly having the same mentality or emotions as a man. You're just tired of being hurt. So now you're defensive about who you let in. Mm-hmm. So at that point, this wall is shielding emotions that you're hiding within yourself that someone has hurt you and instilled. Mm-hmm.
But already. It's like it's like they women try to balance, but it is like you being naturally emotional, then trying to be defensive. It's kind of like,
and your emotions always, and you don't know,
like, and then you let your pussy take over for the fact that
or your feelings, because a lot of times I'm speaking because I love y'all ladies, but listen, a lot of times we let our emotions get the best of us, no matter how hard we try. It's Men too. But y'all hide it.
We masters at burying our emotions. A lot of the times, it's naturally ingrained in us. But however, like going back to what you were saying when it came to women being naturally emotional or women being like men nowadays. Mm-hmm. Air quotes on that. I think that it's more so just like I said, defense mechanism. Like people want women want to be the new men, the ones that do, and then once they get themselves hurt, then it's kind of...
They want to be a woman.
Right, then you want to cry victim.
Don't do that.
Listen, once they get hurt, then it's just like, how could they do this? But
y'all just don't even act like that. Y'all do the same thing too. Y'all be crying on our phones, sending us songs and millions of old texts.
That's just
the song shit.
That's just to be sweet.
That is so fucking funny.
You want us back though. You want us back.
That is funny to me.
I've never wanted
to see dudes
for the record.
My friend was dead ass trying to be done with this dude, and he just kept sending songs. So he was singing them. No, he was sending her.
No, somebody sang them to me.
Yo, I still just
somebody
think that's
sang.
So funny.
Listen.
Instead of just saying what you gotta say, just they sending the words.
And then not even sending the words. It's you in front of the camera. You put the camera on a stand, and you
that took a lot of effort, though.
Yeah,
and it took a lot of effort when you cheated.
Oh, come on.
You had to hit the girl up, right?
Oh, no.
You basically in a way you had to. Date her, take her. No, you had to take her on some kind of date, regardless if that date was on your bed to watch a movie. You still took her somewhere, right?
Come on now.
That's Netflix and shit.
I think that's a lot of that.
You ordered. Chinese.
Whatever you put an effort into it.
Exactly. You still put some kind of effort into it to get in them draws.
Did you ask or did he tell you?
I don't condone.
Did you ask him? Did he cheat or did he volunteer?
No, once you catch them cheating.
You called him.
So you called him.
Mm-hmm.
In the act.
So you...
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I just, I didn't catch him in the act, the sexual act itself. I just, seen the messages.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I received the phone.
But did he do it? Or was it just messages?
No, because I had to call the person.
So he was dishonest and unfair.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he,
that's
cheated.
A double whammy.
That was a triple whammy. You were being unfair.
But see,
you was being dishonest.
Then he sent you songs though, so you
could
have thought a little bit you know what? Let me dissect the lyrics of this song and see if that's really what he's going to do.
The same way he dissected that pussy, he goes, okay.
Listen, for the record, y'all, I don't condone cheating at all, but I am saying that mistakes do happen sometimes. And when a man sends a woman a song,
he said mistakes.
Mistake.
Why is there
a mistake?
Mistake.
All right,
I
heard mistakes.
I stand corrected on that one. You are correct. No, but
until he get off this camera.
You're not about to make me out. But for the record, I don't condone cheating. But I am saying that, okay, if how did you give him the chance? I'm not just going to go off your situation alone, but would you give that person the chance to explain themselves after they do it? Would you do, cheated, fuck it, no, I'm out.
I don't think an explanation is ever going to be enough.
Never going to be enough. No, it's not. I get that.
So you can tell me, because you didn't talk to me the way that I wanted you to talk to. It's why didn't you communicate with me and tell what I wasn't doing right? Or like if you really were unhappy and whatever, why didn't you express that rather than, going out there doing what you're doing? Because now, what are you doing? Like I said before, men have this funny way of like making women insecure in the things that y'all do. Because even if it's like, now I think I'm ugly. I feel like something's wrong with me. So it's like, you're making me insecure, but that's because you just wanted to be a piece of shit. And it takes character and years to get over, like, it really wasn't me. The whole, it wasn't me, it was you. It really was.
I'll say one thing. I mean, I'm a man, I've been cheated on before, I can say that it probably bears the same impact, honestly, because, like, but I can also say that in the person who cheated on me's defense, they did throw a lot of, in their words, hints. Like, I was telling you I was feeling this way for a while. I was telling you this. You didn't pick up on it, this and that. Somebody came along, showed me a little bit of attention, boom.
But they didn't really love you, though.
So it's just like, no, but listen, I ain't saying no details because I don't want to give nothing away. But
if you cheat, you don't love the person. I'm just saying.
I can agree with that because I can see where you
a little factor. You know what? But the age, I feel like age has to do with it too. Because if you're young in a relationship and you cheat, then, something, and like I said before, anything under 25, 26 can be forgiven because you're growing and trying to experience, and you shouldn't be held accountable for the things that you did at that age. Because if you're experimenting, you don't know yourself.
I wish somebody had told me that.
That's how I look at it.
No,
you can't be held accountable for the things you do.
A lot that you all have said. So I think one of the things that you said people want more. So people go searching for more.
True.
But I was gonna say something funny, but at the moment it went away.
Yeah.
But like I think that age growing up, I think we should always be accountable. Like once you become an adult and you're responsible for yourself and everything like that, I think you should be held accountable. Yes, you're still learning. You're still learning and you're still growing. But that's when you're learning how to be accountable. So in those stages, just saying, you growing up, you still got growing up to do. So how long do this last? People be 30, 40 years old and still not being held accountable.
At that point, I just feel like in your teen years, if you're 20, you still don't know yourself. You're getting to know yourself. Yeah, you're legally an adult, but you're not mature. You haven't experienced life. You haven't gone out there and experienced things that you should have experienced. You can't get into a serious relationship at the age of 20 and expect that to be the end all be all. What do you know? What is your point of reference to this world? What have you experienced?
Yeah, your past can't be that colorful to where you don't, where you got so much experiences to go off at that age, like 20. For example,
20.
Yeah, sure, we used to kiss. Yeah, we probably already had sex, and yeah, we probably did this and that. But you probably did it with one or two people. Like, what do you know at that point? What do you know about yourself at 20?
Oh, the typical person, one or two people. Yeah.
Okay, but you're not the same person. You're not 20-year-old Brian at 30-year-old Brian. You're not 20-year-old Lawrence at 30-year-old Lawrence.
No,
I'm not 20-year-old Vannessa at 26-year-old Vannessa. Like, if you're still 20 at 30, something's wrong. If I'm still 20 at 26...
That's why I say you have to be accountable. You have to be held accountable. Not saying that you don't have room to make mistakes and grow and, all that, but you have to be accountable for your actions. Because if you continue to say, pacify, and that's a lot of the problems now, we pacify people so people think that it's acceptable and okay to cheat and to make a mess of stuff and not be responsible for it and just walk away while somebody else is cleaning up the mess on aisle 9.
But that comes with experience, though. Like, the accountability comes once you know wrong from right. At some point in your life, you sit down and say, damn, I was fucked up for fucking over that person. But at that point, you already gained consciousness of the situation. You already had time to self-grow. You already had time. You should have had time to be alone. That's my thing, to self-reflect.
And a lot of people don't do that. People jump from relationship to relationship a lot of the time.
And not actually learning. And then again, what you think is right or wrong is I don't think that that's right or wrong, because I think I'm being a friend to you. Like, what may hurt you and you thought that I was wrong for doing it, my experience of that situation is that I need to tell my friend before she get hurt, but you didn't take it that way. So you're thinking what I did to you was wrong, but in all actuality, to me, I thought it was right because you're my friend. So I want to make sure you know that this nigga is a dog. But at the same time, where you feel like that was my place. I thought that was my place as a friend. This is what I was supposed to do. However, again, you interpreted it the wrong way. So how
you're telling me that he cheat? You're coming to me and telling me that he's cheating, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you interpreted. You took it a different way than like why would you do that based off of like how I feel? It's
not
probably
your business.
Yeah,
Everybody likes to pull that.
That's why I always tell people don't ever get involved in couple shit, because when you get involved in couple shit and that couple makes up, guess who got egg on their face? You. Even though you want to be a good friend. For example, story time. I told someone that their significant other was cheating. They looked at it as like, oh, you just hating on my relationship. You want what I got. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to be a good friend to you and tell you you're better than this. You deserve better than you're getting treated like shit and you're treating him great. And it's like, you think that I'm hating, but in all actuality, like I'm trying to help you help yourself in this situation. So I've learned you never get involved in couple shit, no matter how much you want to tell that person. You mind your business, because as soon as you open your mouth and you tell them, perception is a motherfucker. The same way that you're saying it. Yes. However, like you're saying, I might have perceived it wrong. A lot of people perceive it wrong because people are defensive already, because a lot of people aren't in stable relationships to begin with, and they've already experienced fucked up things in their relationship. So now you're my best friend. You're coming to me telling my man is cheating, and I'm like, wait, I confided in you and I told you all the shit that he put me through. Now you coming to me and telling me what he's doing? No, you're just a hater. You just want to see me broken up with him because you already know he's a piece of shit. Perception.
But it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly.
If I'm your friend and I don't tell you, and you find out that I knew, it's gonna be an issue.
I say when it comes to telling people even your close friends, like your relationship business, I just say don't do it. Why? Because of course you got friends that you may want to say like, girl, you know, he be acting this way sometimes. Oh, he get on my nerves. Da, da, da. Like, all right, little anecdotes like that are cool. But when it comes to like real business, if y'all are actually like going through something, like divulging all the details, it's like, okay, let's say y'all make up after this and you done spilled all that information to your friend. Your friend is never going to get over that. All right? They're never going to get over it.
Yeah.
They always be looking at him sideways.
Every time they come through, you know, they always gonna be having that like, I don't really care for this nigga.
Yeah, piece of shit.
This nigga piece of shit. But it's like, this is my bae. What are you talking about?
But you just said your bae was a dickhead and a disgusting cheater.
So what? Like, we made up now.
And every time she come out, she packing up her shit. Girl, call me tomorrow.
You'll be back, bitch.
Okay.
Lord,
oh,
and you just don't ever get involved in no couple
shit.
Don't
do it.
Oh, gentlemen, is it cheating if your girlfriend has a girlfriend?
Ooh. Well, you know me on this issue, I would have to say, I don't know.
Damn.
Oh, now they get camera shy after all this women bashing a little bit.
Oh, come on.
Now y'all want to...
You know I'm for women.
Hey.
I just try to address
pussy power, girl.
Anyway.
That little pussy got some power.
God. All right, anyway. Right. When is it cheating if your girl got a girlfriend? So,
my girl.
I would say that... this is me speaking personally, and I'm trying not to be personal.
No. Don't even be personal. Just,
I'm trying.
Is it wrong or is it right? Is it cheating?
It's cheating, but in most cases, with a man aside, because all right, cool. Two women, I'd like to be there. Like I'd like to at least.
No, but
be
they don't want you there.
They don't want me there. Well, then I'd like to speak to her. It's my girlfriend, and that's my woman. So like, I'd like to speak to her. I'd like to know what her intentions are.
Which her?
I like to talk the girl that you messing with. Like, all right, fine. Like, if you wanna get a girlfriend just to do a little thing here and there, like y'all get drunk and whatever happens. Okay, cool.
Hello, Barbara.
But
this is Michael.
But if it starts affecting our relationship in such a way that like, okay, you got somebody else, and like does this person want a relationship with you? Are they fully wanting to be with you? Because that's not going to happen. So it's a slippery. It's a slippery slope. I'm telling. All right, there's no reason to allow it, but
yes, it is, because you think that you about to be that third wheel in there.
You would hope, as a man, you would hope like that. Any man watching this would agree. I think that like you would hope that you could be that. But if the girl is really into girls, if she really into girls like totally, then yeah, it's hard. It's really cheating then, because
wait.
It's like,
hold on, rewind.
What's up?
Back it up. Okay, all the way. If she's a little bisexual, that's okay.
Okay, yeah, if she's
she's a little bisexual, but
if it happened on a Saturday night, and she's back to normal on Sunday,
then that's okay.
Nah.
Wait, but now that's hold up. Make me understand. So is it okay or is it not okay?
It's okay to a degree. To a degree.
Thank you, Your Honor.
When I say it's okay to a degree, it just depends on how the situation unfolds. Like, if it's a girl that like y'all are on vacation or something like that, and like y'all are in the islands, and like this girl's checking your girl out, you as a man find that girl attractive too, and your girl's into girls and she's attracted to her too. Y'all know y'all may not never see the bitch again, right? So it's like, all right, should we like exchange numbers with her and have fun?
Now it's a we thing?
Okay. All right. It ain't her girlfriend. It's a group effort.
That's our girlfriend now, huh?
He did say we speak French now.
That would be the goal. That would be the goal. At the end of the day, you would want that as the man. You would want that. But if you can't have it, then nah.
So is it a girly girl? Would you accept a girly girl, or is it okay if she's a butch?
Oh, see now, butch. Now, all right. If you my girl and you into girls and you cheat on me with a butch, that's to me another nigga. I'm sorry.
But that's a girl.
I'm sorry. That it may be a girl, but like if you carrying on the persona of a man in such a sense of like, you know, you want to walk, talk, and act like a man and try and take my girl from me, I mean, hey, listen, I look at that as fair game. Like, nah.
So you like, hold up, your PP can't be bigger than this PP over here, girl. So you can't be with that man.
It sounds crazy, doesn't it? But it's
I think given the situation, whether it's a girly girl or a butch presented with the idea, you seem like you would possibly come in because they like dick too. Some of them, right?
I mean, I don't know, because
once she takes off that Gucci belt and
drop them pants,
just like I said before, I would want to speak to her. Like, what's your intentions here? Do you really like my girl? Because this is my girl. At the end of the day, you understand? If you do anything with my girls, because I'm allowing it.
Yo, that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I shouldn't even say that is true.
But what if she had a girlfriend first and then you came into the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'm the third wheel, and like, I'm looking at myself, I'm playing myself as just like, I'm here for fun. Okay. But not everybody has that. People get possessive, people, catch feelings, and
that is true.
So I would just play my position.
Polygamy is okay with me. Like, I'm a free spirit. So I'm open to the idea.
So it's not cheating, is what you're saying?
Not at this. I haven't gotten to that point where I really see like settling down. I'm still enjoying myself. Not to say that today I feel like that. Tomorrow may come and something might pique my interest, and I might say you the only one. But that hasn't happened.
So your girlfriend can have a girlfriend?
Absolutely. I think that's fun.
Okay.
That's very fun.
It depends on the...
I don't know.
Man,
I mean, I think it's cheating just because...
If we just started talking and, like, we feeling each other off rip, like, we catching vibes with each other, we got a lot of things in common, and you want to introduce the idea of an open relationship to me before feelings are caught, yeah, I'll probably be more open to it then because feelings ain't been involved yet.
But what happens when they do get involved?
When they do get involved, then it's like, you could have told me this like prior to us. Because in order for feelings to get involved, at least with me, there has to be some sort of like agreed, like we have to have reached there mutually, I would say. Like it can't really be like, oh, I'm just head over heels because you're so dope. It's like, you could be a dope person. You could be somebody I'm attracted to and dope at the same time, but I'm not going to just fall like without there being some sort of mutual.
Sometimes you can't help that though. You can't help who you like or who you fall in love with. It just
happens.
happens.
I consider myself in love with Serena Williams, but she doesn't. she doesn't feel the same way though.
Serena,
because she's married.
It's that booty.
I mean, she's
that big old booty.
Yeah.
That big old booty. Hey.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from though. Like having that. See, that was mentally my understanding. So if I have a girlfriend and she presents that idea to me, I'm open to it because we've built a relationship to where we have an understanding. Even in the event that she decides that, hey, this is what I want to be with her, and I find more of an interest there. More than likely, I'm okay with that too.
So is it cheating, right? So is it cheating at this point? Let's say
no, because we all gonna go together.
No, like
I'm speaking French too.
Oh no! I mean like, let's say, okay, now you guys have talked about her having a girlfriend. She has this girlfriend. Everything is good between everybody, right? But now let's say she sneaks off with her girlfriend and doesn't let you know if she's having sex with her girlfriend and doesn't keep you updated on the situation. Is that cheating? Because she's not involving you now.
I mean, obviously, cheating is being dishonest and unfair. So if you sneaking off and doing it, and that's what I'm saying. Like if she decides that, hey, this is more of an interest to me, that I find more pleasure there, then like people will give you signs. You just have to pay attention to them. You have to be very attentive to people, and that's where we lack in relationships, which leads people to cheating because you're not attentive to their needs or whatever that is, and the communication is not open. So if we have an open relationship, if you cheating in an open relationship, that's just dumb.
I just don't get that.
I don't get how you could do that. Like if it's an open relationship, like shoot, like we got an open relationship.
It's open, like I can do what I want.
And I'm over there in the club and like I see some girl that like we attracted to each other heavy. It's like, all right, I'm gonna bring you home, and I'm gonna let my girl know because we in an open relationship.
But what if you don't?
I mean, not that I'm not gonna let her know either way. Like I wouldn't do that point blank period. But I'm just saying, like
that's right. You better clean that up.
I wouldn't do that.
You better paint that picture, Picasso.
Backpedal indeed. But an open relationship, you don't have to go ahead and ad-lib it up. But you don't have to worry about that in an open relationship because you open. Like we a free for all around here. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's a regular conversation. I'm thinking about bringing Becky over. Like you down with her? You like her? Like well, and then the conversation flows.
I felt that tension. It kind of hit me right there in my shoulder. But my shoulder didn't move when he said Becky.
Oh, damn.
That tension kind of built up right there, but my shoulder didn't move.
That's the first name that came to mind.
All the names I was coming on with last week.
Right? I can't even remember. I gotta go back and watch.
That's like
what you say?
Keisha.
You just said Keisha a little while ago.
Oh no, those names I was saying last week though, they was like all crazy.
Oh, all the way fucked up. Let me look into my handy dandy notebook right here for my other questions. Oh, why is not why. Is there ever a reason when it's okay to cheat? Is there ever a time when it's okay to cheat on your significant other? Is there ever a time where you can? Is there ever the right reason, or you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I absolutely do. I would say no, morally, no. There is no reason that you should cheat.
We don't like morals on this show.
Yeah, I know. But, me being a morally upstanding citizen and individual I am,
don't even do it. All right, Barack.
Grab that picture right here, y'all. This is the picture he's painting right. I need y'all to
pick that up.
Get that. Get your picture.
Hey, listen.
Get that. Let me help you. Oh my gosh! Like y'all, look at this beautiful painting.
This is Picasso Jr. right here.
Hey now. What up?
And he speak French, y'all.
Oui.
Y'all, he is not playing tonight, but
Fellas,
interruption.
Nah, it's cool. That picture was very much embodiment of who I am. No, but listen, it is not a good idea. It is not acceptable to cheat. Okay. I think that cheating, it can be avoided. It can be avoided. You can communicate. Y'all can... Not with these weak-willed men. Well, you know what? Men sometimes are handicapped when it comes to communication. Sometimes.
Handicapped in bed, too.
Well, damn. That depends on the man. I'll say that much. But,
well.
Just saying. But
where's Waldo?
But in any case, it's not right because I think you could have just said, yo, like, I ain't really 100% happy. And I'm no angel. I've cheated in past relationships. Like, I've done it before. And was I wrong for it? Absolutely. I should have said, yo, listen, I'm not totally here mentally, sexually, whatever it could be. Like, I kind of want to go see other people. Like, and it may be
But ugly... you were young, right?
I was about 23, 22-ish.
You were living your
21, 22.
Okay.
So is that cheating?
No, hold on. Actually, no. I was fresh out of high school.
What the hell?
Yeah, I was like 19.
That's still puppy love.
Okay,
I was like 19. I was like 19. That's still no. I should have, but still, I felt bad. I ain't feel right. My conscience was killing me after that. Some people don't got consciences. Some people like.
Yeah, that is true.
Some people could just like go ahead and sleep with a girl and then just come home to cuddle with their girl like it's nothing. If you ever
were young. We'll give you that. You were young. It's not like you're cheating. Like you're about to get up and go cheat. Like at this instance, you were young. You were, like I said, I give people the benefit of the doubt when they're young. So,
but still no. I mean,
I guess you cheated. I guess.
No, I did. Let's not focus on that. that was a long time ago.
Between for both of y'all, between that time of being like a pre-adult or
going to college party.
Yeah, like between that time and like now, would you really say that like you were able to go to a person after that experience, the next person that you got with, were you able to go to them and talk about it and say, hey, I don't want to, I think we should end on terms. I think we should still be friends, or I think we should go our separate ways from that point, from being 19 or 18 to now. Have you been able to do that with people?
No.
And where it ends well?
I mean, I know this might sound a little fucked up, but I don't care how I end with the ex because I don't have exes. And it's like I was too young to really understand myself, let alone be with another person. And then I had to take my feelings into consideration, your feelings into consideration. It's like that was, it was just like too much. And I know that sounds selfish and I might have like hurt some hearts or whatever, but in that journey, in that process, I got to know me. Am I that same person? No. Do I have different morals and have I grown? Yes. Do I apologize for what I did? No. Because me apologizing means that I regret it, and I don't regret it because it molded me.
I try to walk away, but I stumble.
Kept coming back.
So, how about you? Do you think there's ever a right time to cheat?
I'm interested.
Me too. Like, what am I gonna say?
Free spirit is what we say.
Because I'm just sitting here thinking about what would be a time where it would be necessary to cheat on somebody, and
just fabricate a
I can't even fabricate a story because I'm really thinking about a realistic time. Like, but even then, that like it wasn't a good time to cheat. We should have just broke up. Instead of, but like I said, I was cheated on, so I cheated back. To men, to mend my feelings to be one up. So then getting one up only increased to now 2.
No,
now I gotta go sleep with 2 people. And I wasn't ready for that race. Like it took off too fast on me. Like I wasn't.
All right,
nope. Just get messy.
Okay, like
it
really.
just gets messy from there.
And I was not about to be sitting up in no clinic all the time. Like I just wasn't about to do that.
You know what? I'm glad you
said that.
I'm so happy that you said that because people don't even get tested. I don't mean to put somebody's business. I didn't even want to say the person's name. They've never been tested before, and that's scary. They are 24, 25 years old. Yes.
And that's what's interesting about guys because they'll wait for their girlfriend to go to the doctor and be like, well, she good.
No, we good.
Yeah. How do you
be itching and everything?
Oh, no, we good.
She good.
What the hell?
She good, so I'm fine too.
That's crazy.
Nah, that ain't how it works.
I don't think there's a right time to cheat. Now that I'm older and now that I've mentally have grown and I've gotten to know myself and gotten to growth. That's a good word.
Indeed.
There's never a right time to actually cheat on someone. No. You are unhappy, you let that person know. You feel like whatever you're communicating isn't enough. Some people aren't willing to let you go, but you have to be the stronger willed person and just let them go for the sake of your sanity so you don't go out there and make the mistake of cheating and being dishonest and being disloyal and unfair because it's 2 people involved. You don't want to bring down 2 people with you. Just go.
That's
and
right.
They'll get over it. Time heals all wounds.
Time does heal. That initial conversation is going to be hard, but once you get past that bridge, then you're going to see that it was much more worth it. Because when you're cheating, you always got to cover your tracks. You always got to lie. And then you got to come up with more lies on top of that lie, on top of that lie.
And then you got to keep writing them down to make sure.
But will I cheat? Yes. Do I love you? Yes.
Shit.
I will cheat on you and I will love you.
Well, damn.
And sinners go to Sunday school, huh?
Bible study.
They do everything. They do all
volunteer. Do charity work on Saturday.
That's right. Meanwhile,
so that means you entitled to do as much ain't shit as you want to do.
Who the next person I get gonna fuck me?
Yes, they're gonna be like, you heard that shit that you said at 52 minutes and 11 seconds on episode number 5.
Look, I'm gonna find somebody. The first thing I'm asking, you watch YouTube?
And he gonna be like, yes, I already know. I'm going with you.
We can't be together.
Listen, this was how long? It wasn't that long ago, was it?
If I can't cheat on you, we can't be together.
Oh my God. Jesus, open up the gates now. I'm about to fly. I'm flying.
Oh, he's making me cringe. I'm cringing over here.
Just so messy. Oh, Lord.
If I can't cheat on you, we cannot be together.
That's crazy.
So, all right, you gotta elaborate on that a little bit. Just not too much.
Nah, yeah.
We can't be together.
Nah, I was really just joking.
Okay, all right.
Nah, not now. Now being that I'm older, that's why I think I'm more accepting of the open relationship type of thing. Mm. But what I've seen from open relationships is a lot of times when people get into open relationships, they don't even want to cheat.
No, there's all the funds right there.
Their interest is not even if somebody especially when women say I'm okay with you doing it, the men are oh yeah. Mm. Then the first thing they see, the first woman that's presented, they talking to them, but their interest is my girl at home. I'm gonna go home. You know what I'm saying?
Then I don't get the point of open relationships. I don't.
That if you decide to sleep with somebody else, that is not considered cheating. Even if you and I are dating.
There was a more of a rhetorical than anything because it's why be with that person in a relationship?
How do you feel about
with that person?
How do you feel about somebody saying drawing off experience? If you're in a relationship and like you said, the age factor, if you're 21 or something, and let's say you're dating somebody that's a couple years older than you, and that person says, "Listen, you young, I'm gonna give you 4 months, right? Me and you ain't gonna be together, right? 4 months, we could still talk here and there, but we not official. 4 months, you go live your cheating, non-monogamous life and just go have your fun. I want you to.
It sounds so bad.
I want you. It's not bad, but it's like I want you to experience, like, I want you to have a couple whole stories when I'm not with you, because everybo's got whole stories, aren't they? So it's like,
look at you.
So it's
look
like,
at you.
if you're like,
Did you bust it wide open? No.
So it's like if you right out of high school or something like that, or like just in your freshman or sophomore year of college, and let's say you've been a goody two shoes all that time, you come across a guy that's graduated, deep in his career, and like it's like you a little too innocent. Like you gonna need these experiences, so you go ahead, you do that for 4 months, and I'm gonna sit back. I don't want to hear nothing about it. We can talk about it when we get back together. If we get back together, hopefully you come back home. How you feel about that?
No, that's not going to work because you're older, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're 26. Let's say you're 27.
Mm-hmm.
You know what she did already.
Yeah.
And you might not look at it as cheating, but you already have feelings for this person. You already, built something in your mind that you guys are going to be something. But in the back of your mind, you're always going to think about that time you told her to go live her best life. Now, when you told her to go live her best life, you don't know if she had a choo-choo ran on her. You don't know what she did during that.
Well, you said don't tell.
Yeah, you said
I don't want to hear about it.
But he'll still think about it though, just because.
Think about it.
Exactly. So why be back with that person? Know. It's like, why waste that time?
Because we're not together during the time it happens. So it's like,
just because he's saying you go out and you do what you, don't mean he's not doing what he want to do.
Just saying.
So then when y'all come back together, it's going to be
now
like...
Now we're back to exclusive.
It's back to exclusive, but I just feel like it's too messy. It doesn't really work. In a perfect world, in a perfect relationship, sure, it might work. But in the real world, like y'all always say, women are emotional. So even if you don't ask, she's gonna ask. So what did you do during those 4 months? Who did you fuck?
I think it works. I think it can work for those who are willing to make it work. And there are people that make it work. I honestly, in all actuality, I really believe that there is a couple out here in the world. There are people that really make it work. They put the time and energy. They have their open communication. They talk about everything. Like there's a meeting of the minds, and I'm pretty sure at the beginning it's like a little friction, but then they kind of work out the kinks and get better at it as time goes on. And, learn to understand. At some point, eventually, I'm pretty sure it comes to an end where it's like, we're just going to be with each other. Because, I don't know. Like, I realistically don't think that it's people that's been together for like 60 and 70 years and never cheated on each other. Like, now that, I don't know.
Maybe they did it together.
I feel like there has to be, there has to be a couple out there that never cheated on one another.
I think so. In Wakanda.
Listen
to this
man. I feel like once you matured and let's say you found your better half, not your other half. I don't think that you would cheat on your better half. Or at least you're not supposed to.
But I feel like if I'm in an open relationship.
That's an open relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Regardless of whatever the relationship is, I wouldn't consider that to be cheating. It's a relationship. It's just open. So we've been together all these years, and at some point in time, our relationship was open. At that point, when we said it was open, that wasn't considered cheating.
It'd be very hard to backtrack on that. Like if the relationship wasn't open from the gate, then it's hard to be 4 or 5 years in and just say, hey, let's open it up now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to do that. I would say.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think so.
A lot of times it is. I agree with that. I feel like if you've been with someone for 5 years and you've gotten to know them, the nitty gritty of them, and you fell in love with them, there's no way that you could, just because he or she wants to go out there and cheat now, you're like, okay, open relationship time, you get back together, and it's like, you went out there and you tried to live your best life after we had a foundation. So, no.
I say, the reason why I say that 4 or 5 years it could work, because even for prime example with, what's the show called? What is the girl name? It's like a current show.
What?
In California.
Insecure?
Like that show. Like, so they broke up, but they keep meeting, like they keep seeing each other and stuff like that. So for me, in that instance, I filled in the gaps. These are my assumptions, but I would think that if they're together and they decide that we're going to be an open relationship and they come back together, that this was our time to grow. They're still growing, but for some reason they still have an attraction to each other. So because they're attracted to each other, when you break it up with somebody that you're really, really interested in, that you really like, it's hard to let go of that person. Mm-hmm. I know for me, it's been hard to let go of somebody that I really, really genuinely love and really like. So it's hard to just like pull away. But if we have this attraction and we finally come to an understanding that, hey, we just gonna try this out, see if we can date other people, and then come back together and see how it works after we've been together for so many years. So I'm thinking outside the box.
I get it, but I don't.
I see it as like it's no
agree to disagree.
Yeah, we're gonna agree to disagree because you grow resentment during those situations. Resentment is strong.
It is. It's an emotion that can cloud all others. Like it can cloud your better just like judgment of that person. Like I've had exes ask me, "Oh, can we be friends?" And it's like, no, not really.
I'm friends with some of my exes.
Yeah, I know everybody's different.
I mean, but
I just can't.
I'm friends with my exes, but there's some of them that despise me, that can't stand me.
It's not, and I don't have any bad feelings towards anybody that I've dated previously. It's more so just like we don't really have anything to like
discuss.
Like we're moving on with our lives. Like we're in each other's lives. We played it. Your role in my life is over. My role in your life is over. Doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that. But there's no reason to
I don't know. I don't know. I think for me, it's
deeper.
It's deeper than that because it's like maybe that wasn't for us. However, you do have another skill that helps me continue to thrive and get better. That was a learning lesson. We talked about it. We dealt with whatever it was. Now we can move forward. And because exactly
like that. Yeah,
and just like for instance, if now I can't say that. Like if it's somebody that's my friend and I'm dating somebody and they ended up cheating together, now I don't know about that.
Like, I don't know. I don't think that there's any reason to still. That's just me. I don't see the point in communicating with an ex. Like y'all don't have nothing in common. It's far removed now. We're not growing together. We don't have. Even being cordial, it's like, what's the point? Like you were just.
Of course, if I see you in the streets, hey, how's
we're
life?
Just two passing souls now at this point. Like
we ain't friends, we ain't enemies. We just strangers. With memories.
Exactly, we're just strangers now. That's how I look at it. We're just
memories. We go back to being strangers like before we met.
Some of them, not all of them. Some of them I'm still cool with, but some of them is just like, hey, how you doing?
Hello.
That's it.
Hello.
That's.
I'm probably like, hey, how you doing? How your morning doing? Tell Brenda I said hey.
Meanwhile, they probably mad as hell. Why this bitch talking to
someone else?
Word.
So mad, like
he done cheated on me with I keep saying Tyrone.
Damn.
Stop talking about my daddy.
Tyrone's right there already, man.
Ran my daddy. You know what, Erica? I love you, but you just messed my daddy name up.
Wait, who is it? Grandma?
Erica Badu.
She said Erica, your grandma. Oh man.
I said, wait, hold on, who Erica? Shit, all these names, you gotta stop with these names.
I know it.
Like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, Erica Badu and grandma in the same sentence. You cannot.
I was calling Erica grandma. I was just like, wait, who the hell Erica?
I hope Erica.
He said Badu.
I hope Erica has another name, Mama or something. They gonna have to find another name for her. I was in the car today, and the names that I heard, like, I can't even remember the names. They were so country.
Oh, jeez.
They were so country. I was like,
shit, I work in a lab. Them names are country as fuck when they come through. I'm like, who the fuck? Like LaBonda. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
What's some country names? I want to hear it.
The craziest name that I have ever ran across, and this is no lie, is A-Pole. Like A-P-O-L-E.
And they
like,
just like that.
Just listen, it's A-Pole like L-I-K-E.
A pole like?
A pole like Ebola.
Nah, man.
Swear on everything. And I thought that it was
a picture of
respectful.
that.
Can't take it.
Oh, yeah,
It's HIPAA violations. I'm probably gonna get fucking fired for even telling y'all this person name. But it was a poll like Ebola. Maybe if I don't get fired, I'll find a way to screenshot it. But I need my job. I'm trying to build up that 10 stacks like Tyrone from down in the rental company.
Oh yeah, from down in the what you call it. That's the girl, the one girl is gonna push to the side because he ain't got enough. That one. Or
maybe his dick is little. The size matter.
I would like to think it does.
So it's not the ocean of emotion.
Sometimes.
So which is it? Is the size of the boat or the motion of the ocean?
It depends.
What you think?
I can't answer that question honestly. I can say that from my perspective.
Now fuck him all the way.
You look at
on the first show, we done all the way off.
He said,
I can say,
sorry, Miss Jackson.
Listen now.
No, it was very subtle. You was like, what do you think?
I know, right? Asking that so
yo, she needs it.
I just had to. I know.
But his response wasn't delayed.
I'm like, wait, with me? Wait. I can't have the same convo, but I can say that, like, what does matter to me is
the ocean of emotion.
No. How can I say, like, tightness, exclusivity, like you can't. It can't be a hot dog down the hallway kind of thing.
I mean, it's some small hot dogs though.
No, I don't care about the size of that. I'm talking about the hallway.
Wait,
like, is it a narrow hallway or is it like
But doesn't the tissues around the hallway matter?
Of course they do.
So is it fat or skinny? I'm pretty sure a bony.
The lips.
A bony pussy won't feel the same way as a fat one. I don't know. I don't know the chemistry. I don't know what's in there.
I don't know, man. People will say different things, but I would say that.
I think it depends on the wetness.
The wetness?
Wet.
Oh, wetness. Oh,
how wet it is.
Witness. So there's somebody watching. I mean, hey,
kind of thing.
Whatever folks you vote now. Whatever folks you vote. Depends on the witness. They gotta give me a first-hand account of what happened. I'm like, whoa, now.
See, that's country.
Like, we get a little R-rated there.
The charm, right?
Yeah,
indeed.
I think it depends on how wet it is.
I don't know.
I don't know. Cause you go
dry
if you go in and
listen, if it's dry, you ain't going no fucking where.
Okay, so
wetness does matter.
Yeah,
but tight and wet is like heaven sent. But like if you go in and you about to fall into it, it's not.
And then Leroy and Jay out there.
Oh, Craig, what you doing today?
Everybody, let's go. The party over here.
Like, I'm running from the cops.
See if you can run it.
Like, man, we believe you're hiding somebody and you're false.
Well, then, but no, you have to give women that have had a child, you have to give them the benefit.
No, man.
No, I've been with
it comes back together. Now, I know the pussy now. The pussy does slap back together.
Oh, indeed.
However, it tends to be a little different because they pushed a baby out of their canal.
It's sore, and when it's sore and them tissues are swollen, that shit feel like a brand new vagina.
To me, it's like, man.
And if you got stitches, they done stitch it right back up to the perfect size.
They stitch it right back up. Let it be known that you can have as much sex as you want and crazy as you want. Just not right away.
And you can't hold your pee.
Oh wait, the stitches.
Tinkerbell.
Where you hold that? Near your tank. Yeah. Shit, how long is this hold?
Listen, a lot of women get C-sections so they don't fuck their vagina up.
That's medical, though.
Nothing. What? I mean,
you can't just be like, you can't be about to push. I want a C-section. I want my pussy to be tight.
You could tell them like while you pregnant, can't you? Like, listen, when I get delivered, I want a C-section.
I don't know. They said that you had to have a medical emergency in order to get a C-section. Like either like your your placenta is the other way around, or like your baby is breached and they haven't gone into the position. So at that point,
to keep babies from getting HIV.
Or that too.
That's true, yeah. And there's also the umbilical cord wrapped around.
Yeah,
we
that's
sound like some MDs right now.
I mean,
shout out to
we
med
able.
schools. Hey, we better know a thing or two.
Oh,
Okay.
no
Especially if you fucking, you need to know what you fucking with.
Exactly. Don't bring your babies into this world and you don't know nothing about them and don't want to take care of them. You know what? We need to make an episode on fucking foster care. I'm just
foster care,
deadbeat parents, and deadbeat fathers. That's
y'all had to talk about blended families. I mean, shoot, I personally have a crazy opinion on it. That may be a little crazy, but
what's crazy? Tickle the fancy.
It's not. It's more so just like, all right, like blended families. It depends on who's entering into the family. So when I say that, I mean like me. I've been in a relationship, a serious one too, with a single mom in my past. And me, I'm a single person, no kids, so like if you enter into a relationship with somebody and you're a single person, like you really have to be a person of like serious integrity and tolerance, because you're going to have times where like, y'all could be getting ready to get freaky deaky and, the little one could run in, no, I want to cuddle, like that stuff happens. And some people going to be like, man, yo, if you don't get out of here, little nigga, like, man, get out of here. Like, I'm about to like slip some melatonin in your drink. No, really, like this shit.
You about to poison
melatonin will knock you slam out.
Damn right. So it's like, I think it's more like accepted, not even accepted, but I think that like as single parents, I'm not a single parent, but shout out to y'all, but I would say that y'all gotta like watch who know the background, because if I was a single parent, I wouldn't, if I'm feeling a girl, I wouldn't bring her around my child probably until like a year of us dealing with each other, because I wouldn't want the child to get attached. And then it's like,
damn.
And then they build a relationship.
Yeah, and then we may not work out.
Damn, what if you already built for a year, right? And that child doesn't like your significant other. Then what?
Well, then we either gotta have a talk like the child, or I can break up with them. Like I tell the child, like, listen, like,
But you breaking up with your kid?
No. My kid. Say
wait, but that's
because kids gonna get jealous.
You gonna break up with your kid?
I was like, wait, he said,
I was ready for you to give me the side eye, like. No, I'm talking about her. Because she said the same thing you said about breaking up with the person because of the child.
Nah. I'm not saying.
Shit.
No, that happens. That happens. I've seen it on Twitter, like, it's so hard to carry a relationship with a child, so I'm going to be giving mine up and this and that.
What?
Yeah.
No, giving the relationship up.
No.
Oh, the child.
Who the fuck?
Baby.
That's a whole nother monster.
I've seen that before. But,
piece of shit.
But no, what I'm saying
is... You want me to give up my child?
Not one, but like they willingly do it. Like, you know what? I can't wait so we can start our relationship now. Like, I'm gonna give my baby up.
Where you giving it to? You returning it to sender? Where the fuck is it going?
Ain't nothing.
I've listened.
That's fucked up.
To give away.
That's why I said I would either break up with the significant other if after a year my child didn't like them, or I would really try to have an in-depth talk and just try to get the child to, be a little open, like, daddy's, out here, and me and you are like, you always gonna be mine. I ain't never, but listen, I like her. Like, I
don't like the bitch.
No, yeah, right?
I'm just saying.
Her cooking is trash. That bitch got to go.
But that's what I say, like, because I feel like kids are kids, and kids, they have very distinctive. They're very blunt and they're very observant. Mm-hmm. At the same time, though, if you're interested in somebody and kids don't like them, it's for a reason, and I want to find out. I want to know, did this person do something to you?
Oh, yeah.
What's the understanding of why you don't like them? Now, if it's something like that, that's like automatic, like, Nah, babe, you gotta go. You going to jail.
No, for sure. Oh, if it's something
Oh,
like
that's extreme.
Or,
Right?
or I'm going to jail because I'm gonna break you down.
Shit, we all
No
going
doubt.
to jail.
Yeah,
No doubt.
but like
if it's
just
a
something like
legit reason, but if it's just like
little
kids
kids
get jealous of
exactly.
attention,
Exactly.
like I don't want to, like that song I sent to you, the Big Sean MILF song.
Don't
Like,
listen to that shit.
the reason why I sent it, because like he says a bar in that song, like man,
a bar.
No, he says a few, but he says like there's people like this is what I be trying to say. Like, man, me and your mama be fucking. You don't know nothing about that.
I saw a video like
Man,
that.
you don't know nothing about that. Man, hey, go ahead and take your nap. It ain't my fault you can't add. I ain't helping you with your homework.
He took that song.
I see why the child wouldn't like it.
Yeah, right.
Like, you come in my house and you think you gonna tell me what
you eating my food snacks, drinking my juice pouch?
That's so disrespectful.
Bitch, like,
I'm a pee
they you to my eyes. You looking at me in my eyes. Hold up now. We both kids.
That's so disrespectful.
But I don't know.
I'm gonna flush the toilet while you in the shower.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta watch
or
you
I'm gonna
bring.
give you some golden showers while you showering.
That's why you gotta watch you bring around your golden shower.
But
some people into that.
we're gonna wrap this thing on up.
That note.
On that note right there. We're just gonna keep coming back every week with the bangers, a new topic every fucking week just for you guys. And if you have any suggestions on any topics that you would like for us to talk about, just comment, like, subscribe, and make sure you drop down that comment or hit us up on Instagram. You already know we're here every fucking week, like I said. My name is Vannessa.
I am Brian.
Lawrence, indeed.
I've been
WP.
You've been rubbing on no thick thighs.
Hey.
All right, guys. See y'all next week.